money in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Pass a pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tennessee Titans. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Sanders' first carry of the game. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And the catch made by Johnson. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up now. Come on now, let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that's complete to Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Don't get nervous. 25, check 25, check 25. Hey, watch that. 81. Where's 50? Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Finding some room at midfield. And down to the 7-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 56 yards.
Check 4.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, check. Switch. Run.
Henry running right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. That would good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
All day, defense, all day. Check it out, Reed. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Whip.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Hey, alert 3.
They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 44-yard line.
1st down, Philadelphia.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go through.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
I got you, boy.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On play action, it's Rodgers. This will be caught by Brown. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Green 18. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Look at this.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On second down now, it's Henry. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
And as runners, you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter.
Check, 47. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, it could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm going 55, Mark, 55. You must be getting 30. Wide, get wide. Hey, orbit.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Over the middle, that's caught by Owens. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's Wentz to throw. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Greg. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Check.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On second down, it's Henry, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Here we go.
Okay, just like that.
Wentz now on first down. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Let's go, Greg.
Now Wentz on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing now is Wentz. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first down, Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his second touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Here I come with the 50. Come again.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Watch the slant. Boom, boom. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, check. 47.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. On play action, Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And a forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Eagles. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. It's like word against symptomatic.
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads.
Yeah.
And you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Tighten up. Move. Pull it together. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Rodgers going to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure whatever the reason is. He better nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
General West.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
24-yard gain on the play.
Wentz now just one misfire so far after that last completion. 15 of 16. It's first down.
Turn it up. It's great 57. 82. Hey, Echo.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And this one